Mm-hmm.
Very nice.
You got to bob your head, too, with the music.
It's part of the gig.
Wow.
Hi, Dan and Josh.
What's up, everybody?
Welcome to this 615 podcast.
If you haven't yet, please like and subscribe. We'd appreciate it. Keeps us doing this.
I'm going to.
You're our like and subscribe guy?
For sure.
Nice.
Are you going to put this
So we
out on
got
your...
one subscriber.
You're going to put this out on your Snapchats?
I actually, I got banned from the Snapchat.
Did you really?
No.
Oh,
I've never had
damn it.
Snapchat.
Yeah.
It's kind of a, I feel like I'm
almost
just
did.
too old for that.
I almost did. And our buddy was like, you guys got to get on Snapchat. That way you can see what I'm doing. Well, fucking take pictures.
Yeah.
There's also a tracker on Snapchat, and that freaks me out.
Like where you are?
Uh-huh.
I feel like they should have just stopped at MySpace because you could just post all the stuff that you were doing. It was sort of like a hybrid between Twitter and like Facebook. But then you could also add your own song on your page, so people would be like, wow, this guy's a rapper.
All right, yeah. So when you...
Did you steal the song from Napster at the time?
All the time.
LimeWire. My apologies if I go to texting because business calls sometime. Yeah, no.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, so Dan Warren here. Thank you for showing up, by the way.
Thank you.
You're
I'm
a
excited to be
second
here.
guest.
I had 4 or 5 invites today for podcasts,
Yeah,
and
that makes sense.
6:15 is where it was at.
Nice. I'm glad we could pull through for you like that.
So you sell tires.
I sell tires. We sell wheels. Do
Wheels.
a lot of commercial tires and wheels, but we do it all. Cars, trucks.
You sell mag wheels. Do they call them mags anymore?
It depends on the clientele that comes in, because we do have a lot of older generation.
You mean if they're 100 like John?
If they're pushing $120 like John, they're gonna say, "Hey, we're looking for some mags," and you
Yeah,
just
that
kind of
makes
are like,
sense.
"Okay, yeah,
Yeah, it's one of these guys again.
yeah."
Today on my way driving in, I was wondering. I was at the intersection of Prairie and 95, and I saw this older car next to me, and it had those plastic hubcaps. Do they put those on any cars now, or are they a thing of the past? Like you get the basic intro car.
Yeah, they still do come on like some of the Toyota Corollas and stuff like that. But usually the first time that, I mean, of course not Northwest Tire Worx, but usually
No.
the first time that they pull those off at a tire shop, they get cracked and they're,
Yeah.
and they're destroyed. So
Yeah, that makes sense.
they're,
It's handmade quality shit we're talking about here.
it is nice stuff. But actually I just bought a set of those for a customer the other day. And
The plastic ones?
yeah, because they had black steel wheels, and she said, "I just want it to look a little bit better." I said, "Well, let's call O'Reilly's." So we call O'Reilly's.
Church it up with some plastic.
We got some black plastic hubcaps, and they were like $98 for a set of 4, which seemed a little outrageous to me.
Yeah, I was
Just to
going to
have-
say,
to
that
have
still
hubcaps.
seems expensive.
It was just kind of like, I wouldn't pay $98 for that, but she was happy. She was happy. So
Well,
Well,
that's good.
I'm a happy customer of yours. My
So am
wheels and tires look great. I do have. It's funny. The older guys, if we're in a parking lot, they'll like start walking around my truck, looking, and I don't know if they're looking for a badge or what. But I've had multiple guys ask me if I'm getting out of there, "Hey, what kind of truck is this?" Like, a Chevy.
That big ribbon on the front kind of says
when we
it's a
set you
Chevy.
up with that specific tire and wheel package, I thought, what's going to do it for the guys? Because that's what John's going to want. He's going to want a bunch of old dudes asking him like, "Man, is that a Chevy?"
It's my brethren. Yeah,
Yeah.
but I like it. Thank you.
Yeah, sorry about the one time the rotate, the center cap did come off. I will admit that to the audience.
That happens.
But it was made right.
You know, the
immediately.
best part is one call to Dan Warren and it was fixed.
I don't think I don't think I ever did anything about that. I think I told you I was going to, and that just reminded me. So
No,
maybe
was
just
it?
skip to
you
the
redid
next.
it. It's back on.
I think John did it.
Can we edit that out?
We know John didn't do it. Let's be honest.
Hey, I
It
do
got
have
fixed.
to throw a shout out that today I was told by somebody that, man, thanks so much for referring us to Dan and the Northwest Tire Works. She said, I couldn't believe how on top of it they were.
Wow.
You probably know this. It's a gal recently.
Oh.
She called, needed something.
Yes.
Everybody was on top of it.
I do
ASAP.
remember, and thank you guys for the referral because that worked out very well. She did have some troubles that she ended up having to spend some extra money on. I don't think she was accounting for, but she's also not going to die now,
Well, that's good. That's good.
which is a plus. So that's good.
Is that number one on your to-do list of
No, heavens no.
customers?
No. First, we make money. Second, we're looking at safety.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
That's
Yeah.
ideal.
Well, that's at least your safety set. I'm safety third.
yeah, see, yeah, we're a step ahead for sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
How'd you get started in the tire business, Dan?
Oh, let's just make this the
I'm
short
going to ask
version.
the ugly question, but
Let's make this the short version.
yeah, let's hear it.
So I was actually selling used cars at the time,
Fair enough.
and a friend of a friend.
Been there.
Okay, not bad,
No.
not bad, but
No,
you
it's
know,
fun.
it's not something you want to do every day.
No.
A friend of a friend had a family member who was looking for a salesman to sell giant mining tires,
Right.
and so I sat down. Actually, they had so much money; it's amazing that they invited me to go for the job interview to Quiznos. But they said, we'll meet you at Quiznos. And I'm like,
Quiznos
wow.
is where it started.
Yeah. So
That's
Quiznos had my interview. And
The one on Ironwood?
no, it was actually off Pines over in Spokane.
Even better.
Yeah.
Even better.
Yeah. So I drove my Dodge Stratus to Quiznos.
Sweet.
Which kind of looked like the normal clientele, I believe.
Did it have mag wheels?
Yeah. it
You
did.
probably got there fast as shit, though.
Yeah, it was an RT. It was an
Yeah.
RT. It was a road and
Nice.
track.
Solid.
So yeah, V6. So I got there quick. Anyway, we had a probably 20-minute interview, and they said, "Well, if you want the job, go ahead." And so I said, "All right." And it was funny because it was like their office had 0 tires. Like there was no tires. It was just this office building downtown Spokane, up above like where Starbucks and Red Robin is.
Right.
And so like you feel like you're wearing your
what
cargo
it is.
shorts and a t-shirt, and you show up and like everyone else is all like in the professional buildings, and they're just looking at you like these dudes are definitely dealing drugs. Like
Right.
there's no chance that they're not, or we're like, you know, part of the jackass crew or something.
There's no way these guys afforded this office.
Yeah, it was a really cool industry. It was strange. It was just sort of it's not around anymore because the time.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was the start. That was back in like 06, I think. So been in it, been doing tires for a long time.
Nice.
Mining tires are the ginormous things that are on the big rigs.
Yeah. So most of the stuff that we dealt with was not here. It was like Wyoming, Australia, South America. Nothing that you would see here. Like the
So you had
biggest.
to ship them overseas?
We would barge them, yeah. So, and it was
Holy shit.
it was a funny thing because we would like make these calls and we'd talk to people in Australia or wherever it was. We'd buy them, wire money overseas. It'd be like, okay, wire us $700,000.
Jesus.
It's like, okay,
Yeah.
sounds good.
No.
So we would, and then we'd be like, well, make sure to send us a picture of them. They'd be like, okay, here you go. They'd email a picture. At the time, there was like really no text messaging. And so we'd be like, good enough. There they are. Send the 700,000.
Yeah.
And
Seems legit. I guarantee they're all there.
yeah, and then we would never see them. We'd never touch them. They'd
Where were they
go-
made?
They were just made anywhere and everywhere. Japan,
Oh,
France. I mean, all over the place. Just kind of.
Did you guys ever get fucked on a deal on one of them?
Before I was there, I think they ended up going to court with some guys. They lost like $500,000 on a deal.
Yikes.
While I was there, not really. But when I quit with those guys, they ended up they were wanting to send me to Congo.
Oh, God.
There was a coal mine that was shutting down in Congo, and they said we'd like you to go over there and go look at about 40 tires that we're going to
Sounds
purchase.
super safe.
Yeah, and it was like, as you can imagine, logistically in Congo, there's really not a whole lot going on. So
Yeah.
they said you're probably going to be there for like a month. And it's like I don't think I'm not
no
interested
thanks,
in that.
guys,
So
I'm out.
that's
Yeah.
when I split off, and we've been doing this for about 10 years now. So much happier running my own show for the most part.
Isn't the Congo where they found that fucking mountain full of diamonds? Gold.
I thought it was
diamond,
gold. Yeah.
Gold, not diamonds. It's like a mountain made of gold. There's
Leonardo DiCaprio did go there.
those are for diamonds.
I believe he was there for a while. That's all I really know about.
No,
King Kong was also from there, I believe.
There was
No,
one that
was
was
he?
all gold somewhere.
Is that where they brought King Kong from? Was Congo, maybe? I have to go back and watch.
Yeah.
I don't recall.
It makes sense.
I don't remember. So yeah.
Is that the one with the T-Rexes?
Yep.
That's an intense movie.
It really is. It really is.
When you were saying something about, hey, email us a picture of you standing next to the tires that you bought or whatever.
Yeah.
Made me think of, I think it's funny when you see the things are like, hey, they told me I didn't get a package and they told me to send proof. That's like send selfies of them not holding anything.
There's nothing here.
Curious, like
Here's proof I didn't get my shit.
Okay, for that, we did get a little smarter. So towards the end, we decided that we would, if it was, let's say it was somewhere in the U.S. that they had the tires, we would make them go get a copy of the current day's USA Today paper and hold it next to the tire with themselves in the picture as well. Because, I mean, easily now you could just tell AI to do that for you. Just be like, hey, take a picture of me next to a tire with today's USA Today.
Yeah.
So
mine just did.
No, I know. That's an iPhone 3. I think you should do an episode about that. Like, I don't know.
Full
What is
episode on
holding you
John's
back on that? I
technology.
don't understand. Is it just like a principle thing now? You want to keep that?
I have no clue. I just don't think about it that much.
I had a buddy who actually had an iPhone 3. I don't know if he still got it, but
John still has his.
Yeah, I do. I told you that.
what is that? Is that like a 5?
No,
Oh,
it's
really?
an
Like-
X. It's an X.
Oh, it's the
I just
10.
love the X.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's
X
pretty-
Factor.
It is cool.
One of my friends
You
out
know
there.
that stands for 10, right?
Huh? Hold on, I'm gonna write this down.
Note to self.
Equals
Literally
10.
the 10th one they ever made.
Yeah, yeah.
When is the Super Bowl going to go away from Roman numerals?
I don't know. It's real confusing though, because I don't think there's anybody alive now that can fully understand it.
Yeah, I don't know. It's like at the end of a movie, I really want to know what year it was made, and they throw out all this MXM, XL, IV something. I'm like, that could have been last year. It could have been 1820. Well, probably not 1820 if it was a movie.
What are all the letters that are involved in a Roman numeral?
XLVIC.
C?
So you're pretty well
I don't know that I've
versed.
ever seen
like
a
you
C.
actually do understand it pretty well. If it doesn't have an X, like is V5?
Yes.
Okay.
I don't know if there's a C actually.
So the X, we know that's 10, but it's like unless it's Super Bowl XXXX, I'm like, I don't know what Super Bowl this is. I got to wait for Taylor Swift to tell me because I'm not sure.
Well, and there was I was scrolling through the guide the other day, and it was like Super Bowl, classic Super Bowl games.
Right.
And so I scrolled down at it, and it said Super Bowl whatever. It didn't say the teams. It just gave the Roman numeral. I'm like, was that the Packers Chiefs in '67, or was that the freaking Patriots and Eagles?
That's another random thought. How did XXX become porn?
X-rated. Not only is it
Well, I know
times.
X-rated, but
Yeah.
3 times over? Is that
triple.
how it turned into it?
Was there ever a double X-rated movie?
No. Not that I
There's
know
that
of.
gap then.
I feel like double X would still be decent because some of the triple X material, from what my friends tell me, can be somewhat provocative.
Never seen it.
And like if it's even a single X, it might be like, geez. Well, I guess there was X-rated.
My cousin and I decided we wanted to go get a porno, and we went to the video store, and I got chicken.
Half of your responses are hilarious because you're old.
How did you guys decide?
So I chickened out. He didn't go with me. I wasn't even looking for porn with my guy cousin.
Right.
So
It's his choice.
I go in there and I chickened out from going to the porn section, and I got 9.5 weeks.
That's what you landed on?
Yes. I'm like, dude, I won't say them. I'm like, mate, don't worry. It's going to get good. It's going to get good here. Mickey Rourke, they go to town. I think it's Mickey Rourke in there.
Did you keep selling him on the fact that it was a porn coming up? Did he know?
We were both disappointed.
Oh, okay.
It wasn't what I remembered.
Right.
It was probably rated R.
Yeah. Yeah. Which, speaking of, another random thought. What happened to the days when you could just like send your kids to the movies and it was fine?
You went from porn to that?
No, ratings.
Okay.
Rated R is
You
what
took
you
it
got.
down. You took it down a notch.
Okay.
That got weird because I was bringing up my son. So, anyways, he went to go to a rated R movie and they denied him. They ID'd him and said you can't watch it. And he's like, "What if my parents say it's fine?" They bought the tickets. Nope,
Really?
wouldn't let him.
I'm sorry, kid. You're gonna have to go home and just click the Netflix button.
Yeah.
You're not allowed to watch that content here.
Or go on the portable porno machine.
I know.
True.
Jeez.
Like that's not difficult these days.
Yeah, I don't-
Anyone who has kids, it's like,
Yeah.
good Lord.
You get to that point and you're like, I don't even want to know anymore.
Just would have been so easy, you know. Like
Oh, God.
when I'm growing up, I graduated high school in 04, but it was dial-up connection, literally dial-up connection. Like I think even my senior year, we had to deactivate the phone lines. Like, no one have an emergency right now.
Was it like net zero?
I don't even think it was that fancy. It was like some super expensive thing because it was up in Priest River.
Yeah.
You know, but it was like, okay, you got 15 minutes to find yourself something really good. And if my parents are watching this, I'm not saying that's what I did, but once again, those friends that I was
Sorry,
just
guys.
referencing,
The friends that I knew about.
what they
yeah.
did.
Did you not listen to me just 5 minutes ago? You think you had it bad?
oh, that's true.
Yeah,
I
the
had to
video
chicken out.
store.
I wouldn't go into that corner, like the door. You had to go into a separate little room. And
But what, so when you're going with you said your cousin, right?
yes.
Okay. So you're going with your cousin who is a guy.
Yes, thanks.
Okay, good. So let's say you both muster up enough strength to go into the store.
Uh-huh.
And you go, there's the porn section. Let's go. What do you guys, what's the argument look like? Like what, if you see some content out there, you're like, all right, what does it for you, buddy?
There's no argument at that point. You just grab and go.
We weren't comparing, like reading the little storyline about it. This plumber showed up and she was stuck in the washing machine. No, it was a grab and go, but I was too chicken for that.
Yeah.
Man, that's a
The
tragic.
best part is they would always have, obviously there's weirdos, but like the door would be like a sliding glass door. So you could see everybody that's in there. You're like, there's all the creepers over there. How about that?
Why is it? It wasn't just me, because I know plenty of other friends that decided they were going to look at porn magazines or watch porn with their other dude friends. Why was that acceptable?
I don't know that I've ever done that.
No, don't. I did. I would. Hey,
Honestly,
like we said,
with my buddies, I don't know that I've ever. I take that back. Yeah, in my buddy's basement when
yeah.
you got you could pick up the HBO channel at midnight, and there's a bunch of like lines going through it and everything.
Cinemax.
Yeah.
Don't be selfish
that's-
with what you have. I
Yeah.
mean, like
Yeah.
it wasn't
so
available.
I take that back. That wasn't like straight up porn, but it was like, ooh, I saw a boob. Look at that.
Good
It was
enough.
awesome.
Yeah.
In college, I think it was a weekly thing. I swear, I think one of our buddies worked at a video store. Yes, that's it. And he'd bring home the goods, and then we all had to get our boner pillow, and we started watching.
It's so fucking weird.
And a box of tissues. Because it was a sad storyline, I'm sure.
Oh yeah, we cried.
Give it like this was your pillow last week. That's fucked up. I don't want that one.
We had this kid back, it was like elementary school, later years, 5th, 6th grade, somewhere in there. He had found his dad's stash of porno mags, like the good ones, not
The
like
full stash.
Yeah, not like Playboy. It was like this is Larry Flint's stuff, right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And he would bring it into school, and he got really smart, and I kind of admire him because he'd be like, all right, listen, like this is half of a page. He'd rip it in half, and he'd sell it for like $10 for like half a page.
Oh, what a genius.
He was a genius, and he was making, at the time, it was probably hundreds of dollars.
Yeah.
Eventually, he got busted, of course, because it's hard to run that type of pornography
Scotch tape
empire.
sales went up real high when they bought the other half.
Yeah, and then if you were one of the ones that actually bought something, you had to take pretty good care of that, so your parents didn't find it or whatever. Like that was good as gold.
Yeah.
Just our upbringing was a little bit different. Now it's just everything's just right there.
I know.
Yikes.
I was 8 years old, maybe, and I discovered a Playboy in a desk in our house. I'm not saying whose it was. Sorry, Dad. And I took it upon myself to take it, and I was looking at it, and then I got a little nervous. I put it under my bed.
Yeah.
I didn't know what I was. I mean,
You
I didn't
knew
care.
good enough.
I didn't care. I was like, "Whoa, this is taboo stuff."
You were past
then-
the point when you were thinking it was food.
Yeah, I was scared. Then I was going to get caught, and so I took it and I went outside and I hid it behind our air conditioning
Right.
fan thing outside. You know, the Darth Vader voice thing.
Yeah.
And hid it in there, and it got discovered because my dad does yard work. So it was found. I denied the whole thing.
You took his spot. That's where he was hiding stuff too. He's like, "Damn it, John."
I was going to say, looking back, little did you know, you could have just kept it the whole time. He would have never admitted it was gone because he didn't want to admit it was
No.
there.
I know.
Kids are so dumb.
Yeah.
Just so dumb. It's like keep it out in the open. Put it with the rest of the books. Your parents aren't going to look at that either. Just throw your whole collection right there.
Yeah.
Put it in my collection of Ranger Rick magazines.
There you go.
Did any of you guys know Ranger Rick back in the day?
No.
No.
I don't even know if it's. I doubt it's a thing, but
I had,
I had a subscription.
the Hardy Boys. That was the main book.
Ranger Rick.
There's a raccoon.
I do kind of remember that. Actually, it was like an animated raccoon that was like
Cartoon, yeah.
Oh, it was a cartoon?
Well, I had a magazine subscription.
That's what I was thinking of. I
It
think I
wasn't
went
moving on there.
Was
is like-
Smokey the Bear in it?
I don't know. Probably they had articles about it was about animals and shit like that. He was a ranger,
Okay.
Ranger.
and I was part of a club. I got my little badge.
That's pretty cool.
I know.
Just bring that back. That is really cool.
Hey, that's
I think
pretty
it was-
cool, John.
It was just after that my mom let me know that I was 50%.
Yeah.
Do we want to get into that story?
My story?
Yeah. We haven't told it yet.
You know this story, Dan? I don't know if you've heard it, but when I was 9 years old and I came home from school one time, well, if you rewind time to when my sisters were making fun of me because I was a mouth breather. I couldn't breathe through my nose.
I think that's still the case.
I still am.
We know, John. We know.
So I had a deviated septum. I couldn't breathe through my nose.
Okay.
I had to breathe through somewhere.
Yeah.
It was my mouth. And so I would kind of just watch TV like this. and so they would make fun of me. And then one time I came home from school. Sorry, Mom. But she's like, "Hey, John, we got to have a talk." I'm in 4th grade. I'm like, "Yeah?" She's like, "Well, figured you're old enough to hear this now. You're 50% retarded, and you're not going to make it past the 6th grade." I'm like,
Your mom's so fucking awesome.
Obviously, your mouth's open, but not because you're in shock. You're just like,
it opened wider.
Weird. I can breathe better all of a sudden.
Hyperventilating. Yeah.
oh,
And I, of course, broke down into tears, ran out to my room, was crying. And my sister, she felt bad. My sister and I are pretty close, 13 months apart. She comes running upstairs. "John, you're not retarded. We were just all joking." Yeah, anyway, that's kind of stuck with me over the years.
did they ever say like we were just joking? Like your mom? Did she say that?
I'm
Or
trying to think
I was thinking, like
they
she might
ever-
have just left it at that.
if they ever confirmed that, man, my whole life's been a lie.
Well, you're a good breather.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Be a hell of a
Look.
swimmer.
Look,
See?
it's funny you say that.
Yeah.
I am a hell of a swimmer.
See? You're gifted.
I know.
Gifted, all right.
And
now,
talented.
Hey, watch this. Watch this. I can breathe through my nose now. I had an operation.
Kind of sounds like you have COVID though.
I probably do.
I think everybody's got COVID right now.
Yes.
So anyway, so that is my affinity for hanging out with special needs people. My
That was aggressive. Sorry.
my bandmate. He has some pretty good names for bands. The other night we were having dinner and he's like, "I got a new band name, System of a Down Syndrome."
Oh wow.
I'm sure it's been done, but that's pretty good. I never heard that.
I hadn't either. I'm not much on pop culture and stuff, so it probably was on Snapchat or something.
Yeah.
I don't think we got to cut that out.
No,
I don't think so. I think that
No.
was all right.
no, Down syndrome's a thing.
Yeah. They're
I think we should probably go back to using the word retarded
I think so too.
because that's not
The word just keeps changing.
It's not derogatory. They were called idiots at some point. Well, that became derogatory. And retarded just means slow.
yeah, everything's just gotten so political, like boy, girl, like that's offensive. So then we talk about retarded, like no word has a chance anymore.
No.
Everything's
There's
gone.
no longevity to a word. In music, they still use the term, if they're telling you to slow down on a sheet of music, it says retardando.
We're like,
That's a fancy word for it.
I was
start
going to
talking
say,
about that.
if you just broke into calling them retardandos,
Sounds like a Hispanic.
I know, so
retard.
awesome. That would just make it that much better. But yeah, no, nothing's safe anymore, unfortunately. And the kids are not dumb. They come up with a new funny word.
Yeah, they'll figure it out.
Now they call 'em
flame
speds.
retardant.
Ah, yeah. That's
We'll slow down
can I
the
say
fire.
homosexual, mentally handicapped guy would be flame retardant?
See, that is.
That was a solid one there.
Oh, well.
That would
hold on.
work.
Let me write that down, too.
Yeah, you might want to patent that one.
Yeah. So if you hear the jokes about he's only 50%, that's where they come from.
Yeah.
You can thank his mom.
So what's the
Thanks, Mom.
what's the surgery like for a deviated septum?
Well,
Like,
it's
was
like,
it just a quick thing? Is that's like a hole between your nostrils up top, like just basically,
curves that way. And like
Doesn't
flops
one
all
side
over.
get blocked?
and that's from doing an extreme amount of cocaine, by the way, I believe.
I'd
No
probably,
comment.
I'd probably
that one's,
rather,
a different,
comment.
that one's a different one.
I'd probably rather admit to something like that, even though no, I've never done any of that. But I'd probably rather admit to that than why it was deviated. So I won't.
Well, birth defect,
Yeah, no.
50% correct.
Welcome back, everybody.
Yeah.
Sorry, had to take a quick piss break.
Not me.
Back to Northwest Tire Worx, Dan.
Oh.
So, if you guys haven't seen it, he does some pretty funny Instagram videos. You guys should look him up. The last one, was that a new guy or not?
Well,
I guess kind of explain through that. Sorry, John, can I grab a beer from you?
Gee.
definitely the newest guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he's the youngest guy there, so naturally
Thanks,
he's the
buddy.
guy that's gonna do the
challenge.
yeah, we'll just say dumbest things.
What challenge?
Well, kind of depends. Like if we're talking about a couple videos ago, we dressed him up as a sort of a tire Viking, like a boy trying to find his way in the tire world. Which
to be fair, he is.
yeah,
Yeah.
and we're trying to help him along the way.
Yeah.
Which is why we sort of encouraged it a little bit, but he
Right,
was
right.
100% in agreement with it
Yeah. That's awesome though.
because he was monetarily taken care of as well for that.
Right.
But yeah, you just kind of had him do this little gauntlet, this little tire boy challenge, funny
Yeah.
things. And at the end of the video, which is the best part, he takes what we refer to as a cheetah blaster, a bead blaster in the tire industry. It's basically just to inflate a tire when it's being stubborn,
Yeah.
not going onto a wheel.
Right.
Well, you can put 140 PSI into this
That's aggressive.
metal air cannon.
Yeah.
And we said, okay, the final part of your journey as a tire boy is to go up to this 5-gallon bucket full of, and mind you, it was negative 15 degrees or negative
Jesus.
14 the day that we recorded
Yeah.
that. But so that was the final part of his journey in becoming a tire man, was to go over and blast 140 psi of air straight into this 5-gallon bucket of frigid cold water. And it just blasted and made this tsunami.
Yeah. Which he used one before.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, he's familiar with it, but
So
I'm not sure he put it together that there was going to be that much force of water coming back out.
Yeah.
And so that was just, it was crazy. Like, it was so cold outside that it was just raining ice all over in the air. Like, the whole side of the pickup truck he was next to was just covered in ice.
Yeah. Yeah.
He was wearing safety glasses, thank God, because that thing just
Thanks,
blasted.
OSHA.
Yeah. But then I think the video that most recently, the one that you may be referring to, is the pickle juice wasabi challenge.
Yeah, that one was aggressive.
That was a lot.
What?
Did you see this?
No. I don't have Instagram.
John doesn't have
Hold
the
on.
If you get
gram.
an iPhone 11, you can download the app. You'll be able to see all kinds of good stuff. So he decided that he wanted to do another challenge. He's into
This is your tire man now?
yeah, he's a man.
Okay.
Yeah.
Definitely.
After that one, he's definitely a
Congratulations, tire
man.
man.
Definitely a man.
Yeah.
So he decided he wanted to do another challenge because he's big into RC cars. So he wanted some extra cash, so he'd go buy some stuff. And I was like, absolutely. So between the other guys and myself at the shop, we kind of figured this out. We were going to nice shot. We were going to make something because it was National Green Juice Day, and so we thought, hey,
That's a thing?
I guess it was that day,
Okay.
and have fun at work day as well. So we went and got pickle juice.
Those are odd things to put together.
Yeah, there was all
National green
If
juice
you look it up,
and have
there's
fun
so
at
many.
work day.
There's so many stupid things.
Is there?
Every day is so dumb. It's like National Groom Your Poodle Day.
Ah, Jesus.
Like, okay,
Yeah.
so we decided to make him a green drink. Well, what he didn't quite understand was, for his money, he was going to ingest an entire tube of wasabi.
Oh.
So we put in
Mixed
the
in
whole,
pickle juice.
yeah. So we got a mason jar, emptied the whole thing of wasabi in there, mixed in 16 ounces. I believe is like a pint jar. Like the wasabi doesn't take much. There's a whole tube of it, but I mean that's like less than an ounce probably, or maybe an ounce of wasabi.
Yeah.
And then we filled the rest with pickle juice and just kind of stirred it with a pickle and a little stir stick.
Right.
And then it was basically he had to chug the whole thing for $100.
How long does he have?
We didn't even put a time limit on it. He was just like, "Okay, done, no problem." Okay. And if you have to go watch the
To be
video,
young again.
you go watch the video. It literally, for him to chug that, it was like 6 seconds. And it was funny because even though we mixed it, once the wasabi, he put it up. Once the wasabi went right down the hatch, it was like instant gag reflex on his part. And he like did like a miniature throw up, which there was a lot of throw up afterwards. He said he got quite a tummy ache, which I can imagine.
Can we put these in the description or something?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Tag in
I'll link those descriptions.
link 'em.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'll link it in the description.
After you like and subscribe
You have access
to
to
this
these links.
to the 615.
And then you got to go to Northwest Tire Worx
Yeah.
and like and subscribe to see those.
I mean, I don't want to make this about us.
It is
you guys
about
you
you.
guys are doing great, but it's
It's all
good.
about you,
It's good content, and we all have some extra time. So yeah.
We need those clips right up here.
Yeah.
Oh, that would be good. Yeah, have it playing in the background.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people don't really want to see it, to be honest, because once he kind of gets sick, I kind of cut out. Like, I do a little video editing on there just to
Yeah.
get rid of the gruesome stuff. But he's came back. That was on a Friday. Came back to work Monday and basically said he is no longer doing challenges for less than $5,000. And I said, "Well,
you
you're no
can't
longer
blame
doing
him for
challenges.
that."
That's a little silly." That was pretty good.
I use a lot of wasabi
Yeah.
when I'm eating sushi. My wife she would probably do that challenge and like it.
I think maybe the wasabi's bad. Like when you get it that much, that's not like, no one's doing that. Just go like, "Gosh, I love wasabi. Let me kill myself with wasabi real quick." But I think the pickle juice, like to chug like 14 ounces of pickle juice first, and then just go like, "Here's a wasabi bath at the end." Like that's not good. That's not good. So
We'll ask for extra wasabi at the restaurant, and they'll bring a golf ball sized chunk of it. And like, can we get more? Like, what?
Oof.
And apparently, the whole wasabi soy mix is not a Japanese thing. That's an American thing.
Really?
John, I'm going to try to take over here.
You gonna try to get it up there?
Yeah, I'm going to see if I
You're good at that.
Okay,
Yeah.
here we
And
go.
Speaking of dressing up, Viking. Oh, there we go.
He's very excited.
Here, move over.
Oh yeah, let me get out of the way here real quick.
After each juice. So we're just making them a nice little concoction here. Excellent. Healthy. Keep his bowels moving.
Traditional fun at work day. So we're kind of combining the two.
Yeah.
We're having fun at work. James is going to get a
Nice crew cut.
What do you have here, Dan?
green juice.
Was that haircut day,
It's
Dan?
national. Today's the 20th.
Yes, it was.
And as you can see, we didn't really care too much about National Big Wig Day and with these ones. We just thought we'd come up with something.
Oops.
What do you have here, Pete?
I was
This is a
going to try to fast forward it.
It's a great antioxidant. So
All over the counter.
just a little spill.
Wow,
That's pretty good.
Now we're going to mix it.
That's pretty
Okay.
Don't demonetize us. I'm going to talk through the song.
I feel like I'm gonna spend the rest of the day.
Is that JOP?
So I think it's important to get
Yeah,
on
it sounded
video
like it.
that he's not being forced to do this.
James, are you being forced to do this?
No, I'm doing it for the common good of the company.
Perfect. For Green Juice Day, right?
Right.
Okay.
Oh, that's so aggressive.
Oh, he's not wincing. Well, he's starting to. He's starting to.
Watch this glob at the end.
Oh,
Right there.
It's like epic hack.
Tastes like wasabi.
Surprise.
all right. You guys get the gist.
Morgan is not getting any of this $100.
You want to take back over, John?
Wow. Yeah, that's wild.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's a good fellow.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was good.
So, anyways, yeah.
Yikes. Yeah, I think one of the worst ones that I saw was when, dang it, I wish I could name names. But this was 8 years ago, I don't know, long time ago. And a few of us friends were going out. All these people are wildly successful now. Not me, but
That's why you can't name names.
yeah. And so
Sorry,
we were
Dan, I'm scooting
eating,
closer to
We
you.
had this, there was a bar. Do you remember
Thanks, fella.
Bogies, Dan? No, you're too young for that.
What was it called?
Bogies. It's where
the old-
the torch.
Oh yeah, the torch.
there.
I knew the torch. I knew of the torch.
So Bogies, which was a pool hall,
It's weird that that struck it.
on Tuesdays, for I don't even know what the times were, but it was quarter beer night, and it wasn't a full 12 ounces. You had a plastic cup that was probably 10 ounces, it was 25 cents. So back then, none of us had any. We didn't have 2 nickels to rub together, and so we'd scrape our funds together, and my buddy and I, for $5, could get pretty fucked up. So we'd get the group of us, go there, and this one guy, he's a brain surgeon now, and he needed money bad. So they were spitting in this cup, and they were emptying their chew plugs in it. This is well before Zen. And so this pint glass is probably this full of chew spit and plugs.
Oh, God.
And I asked people around, and I said, hey, would you be willing to contribute to our $50 goal to get this guy to drink this? We got $50 together, and he chugged it all down there in the bar. Didn't throw up or anything. Just
He
needed
didn't throw up.
No, just needed to relax a little while. And
Oh, my God. That's aggressive. That's next level.
that was, I think that he was back. He was in medical school at the time, and he was back here visiting.
Right.
And yeah, we took him down. He took himself down with that.
Yeah.
Was he also a chewer? Like did he chew
Yes.
all the time? Okay.
One of those plugs was his.
So his stomach was somewhat ready for what he was about to.
Yes.
Right. He'd been gutting it
What
for
the hell's
long
going
enough.
on out there?
I don't know. You get some water going up there.
Sprinklers.
That'd be, yeah.
Snow making
Serious if
machines
you're
now.
exactly.
Wants a really nice lawn this
If you
year.
like to freeze your pipes, might as well. Yeah.
Yeah. Do you mind if I vacate the premises for
No,
a
go
second?
for it.
All right, hold on. I'll be
All
back in a minute. Carry on.
Yeah. So Dan, we got to get you to make us a little promo video.
Got it.
Because Northwest Tire Worx is obviously going to be one of our sponsors. So
I'm in.
we'll throw up a promo, and then we'll link all his information in the description too.
Whose information?
Yours.
Oh,
All your
for Northwest Tire Worx.
Exactly.
I like it. Yeah, they could feed off of each other. It's funny because it's like when I first started, not that I'm saying I have a giant following at all, but it seems like if you're running a business and you have a business social media following, most of your stuff is in regards to your business.
Yeah.
And I've found that most people don't give a shit
No.
about tires and wheels.
No.
Every
When
once in
you
a while-
tell your buddy like, "Hey, go here," they go, "Okay, cool.
Yeah.
I'll go there."
Yeah. And so now it's like we might as well just feed people this funny,
Turn it into funny
stupid
shit.
stuff that just like has nothing to do with tires.
Right.
Except for when he became a real man.
Yeah.
That was
Well, that one was the tires. Yeah.
yeah, that was good.
Showed
it's,
his worth.
it's just, people like funny stuff.
They do.
It's just the way it goes. It's
Yeah.
we've kind of transitioned into just not being a tire social media thing. We're just funny social media.
Well, the best part is that's what you get when you show up to the tire shop too.
Yeah,
you
pretty
guys
much.
are all having a good time. It's not the, I won't say the names, the big box places.
Right. Yeah, it's
You show up and they got corporate to answer to every day.
you do have to make it kind of interesting because it is tires and wheels.
Yeah.
And it could be a little boring. So once you
By
start
the
making
way,
it funny.
that video of the challenge may or may not be legal, so don't hold that against him.
Oh, I did purchase that song from iTunes.
No. After,
Oh,
weren't you guys worried about that for a little bit
yeah.
there?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. You have to, I mean,
That's a
everyone's-
bonus, and he earned it on his own. It had nothing to do with the challenge.
We didn't even want to do it.
No.
He was the one that came up with that entire challenge and grabbed my phone and edited everything.
I'm
I was
back.
like, hey, John,
Guess who's back?
turn your sprinklers off.
Back
Yeah.
again.
Perfect.
One of the worst things I ever ate. This is one night. Elise was working. It was a long time ago. She was working at the beach house. Great restaurant. Did you ever go there? Beach house on the lake, kind of around.
Yeah, I
Grand Lake
did.
Drive.
I
The
did.
place was awesome. It's disappointing that they knocked it down solely to put a parking lot there.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's nothing there. Anywho, it's this great restaurant on the lake. She worked there, and so I was home with our little toddlers. Put them to bed. Thought I want
scary.
a steak.
Was there a 50% babysitter
They're
there
still
too?
they're still alive, everybody. And so I thought, man, I want a steak. So I go and look through the fridge. I find a steak, a T-bone. I'm like, perfect.
Yeah.
And so I fire up the grill. I get this steak going. I like my steaks medium rare. So I'm cooking this. I don't set a timer. I'm not paying attention to anything. This is probably 10:30 at night. I've had a few.
Yeah.
So I flip it over after what I feel is the right time, and then feel it's time to take it off. So I take it off, set it for 5 minutes, and I start cutting into it. And it was rare. It was more rare than I typically like. I'll eat a rare steak, but this is really rare.
Yeah.
And then I was about 2/3 of the way done, 3/4 of the way done with the steak. And Elise comes in. She got home. She came in. She's like, "Hey," she's like, "What are you doing?" I'm like, "Got a steak." She's like, "We don't have any steaks." I said, "We had this one. It was in the fridge." She's like, "That's not steak. That's pork." I'm like,
Oh, God.
"Wait, I just ate
In blood
3/4
rare pork.
of rare pork steak, and you're not supposed to eat rare pork." I mean,
Yeah,
at least
the
you
worms
weren't
don't
back
even
then.
die if it's rare.
Yeah, so
I'm guessing you probably have trichinosis.
I probably do. The next morning called my mom first thing. This is pre-internet days, basically. Well, internet was around. We didn't have it.
Yeah. You had to call the encyclopedia.
So I got my mom. She had the family medical book that was like this thick. And I'm like, "Mom, you got to just let me know the symptoms of trichinosis. I don't want to know if I need to go to the hospital." And turns out I was okay. But
That's good.
That was pretty close, I guess, maybe.
So, I mean, for pork, you want to go to like 145. minimum, right?
Ooh, I think it's even higher than that, isn't it?
like-
160.
Like that's minimum.
They recommend 160. If you wait till 160 something, it's dry.
Chewy ass
Yeah.
pork.
Oh, what do you ask pork?
Not Jewy, chewy.
I can't really think of any times I've cut into a piece of pork that's undercooked and I'm like, yes.
It definitely wasn't that time.
Yeah. What makes it that? Is it just the diseases specific animals carry?
I have no clue.
It is a
Why is it we can eat beef raw? I mean, like they said, steak tartare.
Yeah.
Eat it raw.
well, I think if you look at the cow, they're being fed somewhat well or
They're
grazing
eating grass.
Yeah.
Yeah,
With
yeah,
with
true.
the pigs, they're like, hey, throw the
True.
trash in there and let the pigs eat that. So I think
And then they're like, oh, you can eat your own shit too. It's fine.
yeah, so you might be onto that.
Okay.
So you would not want to eat my Bernedoodle because he eats his shit all the time. He would be
What
full
the
of.
fuck is wrong with dogs? What is it with dogs?
I don't get it.
Well, have you ever eaten dog poop? How do you know?
Only the white kind that I had to
On the playground,
on the playground. I took the wrong way home.
you will lick that white dog shit. We already talked about it. We're gonna go the long way home.
That's got to be one of the greatest movies of all times.
Yeah.
There was a few texts going around before because Dan got here a little before us. We were running a little bit behind, and he was definitely planning on touching our drum set down here.
I was gonna do more than touch it.
Yeah,
If you followed the show at all,
I understand
and
that.
I actually have a drum set.
I know, I
right
got
over
The
there.
best
down
part
here.
is there is a drum set down here too.
I was just being funny about trying to figure out the microphone setup, and then I come down and there's actually a drum set, which I could have easily teabagged. So I'm feeling
yeah,
a little cheated on that.
You'd have had
No,
to
I was watching
climb
Cops.
behind a couple things. Yeah.
we both know Cops isn't on till 4.
So in case you're going to ask me how I got my start in drums,
He wasn't.
no.
That was the next question. Go ahead. Actually, I was going to ask you that. It's funny.
I was in 5th grade, and I don't know if I had asked for it, but I somehow ended up at Christmas. I got a snare drum and a snare stand set up, got some drumsticks. And then, so apparently I wanted to play drums.
They should never start a kid on that, by the way. I had to do that in school. And my dad had a full drum set at home. Who wants to play a single snare drum all day?
Give me that
That's the
fucking kit,
worst
man.
thing ever. Give me that whole thing.
I spent a lot of time
sorry to
listening
interrupt
to
you,
Kiss.
but go ahead.
Kiss. Yeah, anyway.
Yeah.
So middle school, started in 6th grade then, I got into band class. And one of the funniest things.
I was in it too, so I'm not going to give you too much shit.
But looking back, I didn't think of anything of it at the time. I remember there was a performance that we had, and I think my mom came down. I'm sure Dad was at work, but my mom came and watched us, and she made the comment,
Did she tell you were a real special boy?
"Yeah, all the time."
You just see him playing the drums with his mouth wide open.
Did you see it? A fly just flew in there. Look.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
I didn't think about this until she brought it up. So if you looked at what made up our band class,
I just still have the visual.
spectacular. It was spectacular. I wish I could name the guys. There were a few of us who are always fighting for like the best drummer chair or whatever like that. And I probably got dinged for playing with my mouth open.
Somebody shut the window. A fly's going to fly in there.
We got to stick Mick Murray behind the tuba. So I can't see
Surprised they
him.
didn't put you on the tuba so you couldn't see your mouth's wide open.
God.
So I didn't think about this until later on. And you look at the composition of our band class. Okay, we got, I don't know, 5 trumpets. What do you got? 3 flutes. You got a couple saxophones, a trombone, and some other shit. A few clarinets. We had 15 drummers.
What?
15 middle school kids on the drums, and we all played at these concerts.
They didn't want to tell you no.
I guess not. And you know, the parents are like, if that kid's in it, you
My
better not
kid better be in.
You better not boot
Oh,
mine.
God, I'm crying after that one.
My
That
mom,
was a good one.
my mom told me.
Sweaty.
Yeah.
She
no
was like-
crying.
So this is in middle school. So my mom and I, we had made amends by this point. And,
She still never admitted it, but you made amends.
so she was like, "Oh yeah, that sounded pretty good." We're in a fucking gymnasium, not the most, audio friendly place in the world.
Right.
But she said, everybody played good, but man, 15 drums kind of overpowers everything. Like, holy shit. I
Yeah.
didn't even think about it until then. Yeah, so we had a lot of drums, but my best performance in middle school was when I was on the cymbals.
Story keeps getting better.
There's another visual.
You got demoted to symbol. Did you get demoted to the fucking triangle next? Ding. You did.
He couldn't play flute or anything like that because he could not close his mouth. So he had to be on percussion.
You know one of the most
Little Johnny, you get on the triangle. It'll be
yeah.
good.
So you know what one of the most aggravating parts about having to play the triangle was?
Everything.
You think the reason for the triangle and the stick is you got to go. Like, no, you didn't get
No,
to do
you just
that.
get to hit one side.
Every once in a while,
Yeah.
they're like, "No, hit this." I'm like, "What about the middle part? Like going around and around?" No.
Sorry, I interrupted that one, but
So,
go ahead.
I'm sitting there. I'm playing these cymbals.
Yeah. Which those are kind of fun. You get to be the spotlight. It's when nobody else is playing.
So anyhow, we got some drummers, the guy in the bass drum,
Yeah.
and there's a stand-up cymbal that people get the soft mouths go.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's all sitting up like around me, and I've got the two clashy things going on. Well, we're on the floor with the stage behind us, and so I'm sitting in a chair because I got like half the song. I'm not doing anything. So
Just standing there,
no, I was sitting.
his mouth open.
The visuals are so bad.
So I'm sitting there in this chair.
Just waiting for your one claim to fame all time.
Dude, I was getting ready. I knew I had to wait like half the song. Like there's nothing going on, and I know this is coming up here in a little bit.
Yeah.
But I'm sitting there, and I'm in a folding chair, a metal folding chair, and the stage is right behind me. And I got this stand-up cymbal here, and I'm holding these. I'm leaned back on my.
I can see where this is
Against
going.
I lean back, and all of a sudden, the fucking feet swipe out from under me. And I've got these two things, and I drop them, of course, and I knock over the standing cymbal. And it's in a quiet part of the song. Like, there's no going on. This is just quiet. Like, the flutes were probably involved.
Yeah.
And quiet. And then I just had my own cymbal solo that went on for, I don't know, it was a few seconds. It felt like 10 minutes because it was pandemonium for a little while. And I had to pick shit up, gather myself, and then wait again so I could go like that.
I just blew beer out my nose.
Oh, sorry.
Man, that's good stuff.
Yeah.
Why have you been holding that story in?
It's embarrassing.
It's not. That's a great story.
With mouth wide open.
Oh, good.
Yeah, so, but I stuck with it. I stuck in band. I went from beginner band to intermediate band to advanced band.
On the cymbals.
No.
It was kind of nice. I started out the same thing where they just make you play the snare drum. Me and some other kid would battle for being the one that was
Clung,
actually playing the set.
Yeah. I never touched a drum set when I was in band.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Well,
Piss
anyways,
break
we should
time.
probably rack it. You want to break?
I don't know. Just break for a second.
Okay. Yeah. Let's take a piss break and then we'll come back. All right.
Yay! We did it. Did it. We're gonna be.
Hey, easy.
We got you.
We're back. We're back.
I imagine that's what the crowd was like when John was playing the triangle.
I know. What's the sound of my mom clapping? Yeah.
No comment.
Oh, man. Sorry if you guys can't understand any of the last 20 minutes of our explanation of John playing on the triangle because we were laughing too hard. We had to take a break to recoup after that.
I did go to the bathroom a little bit in my pants.
I could smell.
There's a urine stain down here. Must have been a dog running around. Oh, that's
What do you
good
want?
stuff. Did you guys watch the Genesis this weekend?
Yes.
How about that comeback?
That was
That was
quite the roll.
insane. 9 under on the final round. Did you watch it, Dan, at all?
No, I really didn't. I'm having a hard time between the PGA and Live. I used to think Live was kind of a joke.
Right.
Now, I've actually caught it a couple times on the CW. It's just been on like YouTube TV. I turn it on.
That's between Bugs Bunny episodes.
So between the Bugs Bunny episodes
Family Matters.
and the Family Matters, you can watch Live. And now that they got John Rahm, I'm sitting here and I'm like, man, like this is more intriguing to me, especially with
Yeah.
with the team stuff going on.
Oh yeah.
Right.
Like, and I think the argument's been for a long time that PGA and Live, like Live was kind of a joke, even though there's all that money.
I could be totally off here, but I thought they came to an agreement. Did one of them buy the other, or are they working together now? I still don't understand. My wife asked me, and
We
I
know
couldn't-
that's a one-way street. If somebody's
Yeah.
buying somebody,
Oh, I know.
And I think it's like,
But I couldn't explain it to my wife. She asked me the question. I was
Nobody
like,
can
honestly,
explain
I
it.
don't know.
PGA can't explain it. Live
Yeah.
can't explain it. I think honestly, like I heard a little blip and they're like, there was so much bad stuff behind the scenes, like potential lawsuits on both sides,
Right.
that it was sort of like, yeah, let's merge.
They just agreed,
They've
agreed
got
to
a
go
lot
we're
of
merged,
bad.
but we're
Yeah.
not.
A lot of bad stuff.
So I imagine whoever the sales rep for Live Golf has been in talks with Hideki over the last couple of days. And,
Yeah, no shit.
I mean, how? I don't forget. It was a guy from Canada, I think. They were doing the walk and talk. Him and Jim Nance, and Jim Nance asked him to reiterate the statement he made about PGA and why he likes the PGA. And so he said, I just like the PGA because, we're playing because I want to play against the best golfers in the world. This isn't about money. And so many people just want to, leave the PGA about money and blah, blah, blah,
Fucking
blah.
shit.
Yeah.
It's
I'm like,
about money.
Motherfucker, if you were offered $600 million to just go play and then win money after that,
Yeah.
you would fly out there that afternoon.
Yeah.
But
It's why do we go to work at all? It's about going there for the money. It's
if
not.
their whole goal was to play against the best golfers and it's all about the competition and the honor of the game and all that, well, then give all your money to charity that you win.
Right.
They're not doing that.
But we're at a crossroads now. I feel like I would rather PGA still has good players. You still got your Scheffler, McIlroy, guys like that.
Yeah.
But Live is like such a good cast of guys that it's like
Yeah.
it's to the
It's
point
kind
where
of the more fun to watch, guys.
it
yeah.
is, and these dudes are so much more relaxed because they're making all this money,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and I don't
And
have
they can
anything
wear
against
shorts.
that. And they can wear shorts. There's like
Yeah.
a little bit of music going.
They should wear cargo shorts now. They could fit all their shit in their pockets.
Yeah.
All their
shorts.
money,
Because, okay, yeah.
jam it all in.
So okay. By the way, the guys on the PGA, I don't know how they can do this. I don't like shit in my pocket. When I'm golfing, I want a tee and a ball marker. That's all I want. And then my glove will go in my back pocket when I'm putting and shit.
And then if you're me, you have 3 extra balls in your pocket too.
Just got to be ready. Got to be
I
ready.
don't know
Those are
guys,
mulligans.
They're
Leave 'em
wearing
alone.
they're wearing their spandex or whatever you call it now. Their skinny jeans.
It is annoying to fucking
And then-
watch that. It drives me nuts.
And they've got their golf booklet, which is usually labeled with
4
their college
times
on
bigger
it.
than
Yeah.
it needs to be too.
And it's jammed in there that can't be comfortable.
And then when they have like the microphone hooked on the back of their pants too, or on the back of their belt,
Right.
Like that's got to be weird.
Yep. Yeah.
That's
Shouldn't
gotta be
doing
weird.
that. But
All the OCD guys you think just have to be going, nope, I can't have something else.
They'd probably just
on
be
there.
shooting in the 40s every time if they didn't have all that stuff.
Yeah.
counterbalancing their weight.
Whole lot
But
of
yeah,
baggage.
I think that I mean, I understand there are certain PGA guys that they're stubborn at this point. They have made a tremendous amount of money. They've
Well, and
been offered a bunch, but they have a lot, and so they're trying to make a stand about, hey, we're here for the honor and all that kind of shit. But
The
dangle
Rory explanation.
Yeah.
Oh,
basically.
killer.
dangle $500 million in front of me.
out.
Rory regrets it though.
I'll bet.
You can't tell me he does not regret what he did.
That's why he backed off of being the spokesman. He's like, all right, I can't lie anymore.
He did, but it was funny. He came on and did some commentary for a while. And I told my wife, I'm like, you watch. Before we die, he will be on the Golf Channel as the commentator because he'll be retired, obviously. And he'll be the guy that's talking in the background.
And he'll probably be like a broadcaster for Live.
Yeah, probably.
I
By
think
then, he will.
I think the PGA guys were kind of waiting it out when Live first came out.
Yeah.
And then they were just
Which you
kind of
can't
sitting
blame
there.
him for that.
No.
But
I
at some point, you
it's
gotta
like
give
unlimited
in.
money behind Live,
Yeah.
but I think eventually you have to have a viewership.
Right.
But I think the PGA guys were like, well, let's just wait and see what happens. This isn't going to last.
Yeah.
And now I think it's sort of getting some steam to where it's like, oh, like PGA, the Masters is coming up. We're going to watch that, obviously.
Hey, did the Live guys get to play in the Masters? No.
I don't know.
I thought they did. I thought that was
They
part
have.
of their agreement.
They have in the past, but like there's all these suspensions, which is
That was
it's
all the
such a-
lawsuit shit
Yeah,
that
it's
went
such
through.
a weird.
yeah.
It's like so who's suspended and who's not? Like, and why are we suspending when we merged?
yeah.
Does anyone not want to see the entire group of Live and PGA players competing in Augusta?
Right.
We all want to
I
see
want
that.
to see the best golfers in the world play.
Yeah,
That's
we
what I
want to
wanna
see that.
Yeah.
It's like no John Rahm, no Dustin Johnson. Sergio Garcia is obviously past his time, but like you start talking about Live players, it's like that's a huge. They've taken a ton of players.
Right.
Did Phil play in the Masters last year? Didn't? Was it him? Was he doing well like the first day or so? A couple days? He was in the
I don't
thick.
say like 2 days or something. Like he was.
Yeah.
What was that? The U.S. champion? Was it the U.S. Open that he won 2 years ago, 3 years
I
ago?
think it
Is that
was
like
the
7 years ago
the
now.
U.S. Championship that you were.
I said
alluding
U.S.
to.
Open. I'm a big tennis guy.
Yeah.
We know.
As we know, I'm dumb and I don't know a lot of stuff.
Jesus.
So
I'm
so I
never going to get the image of you holding a triangle with your mouth open.
so I don't know if those guys can play at the Masters. That'll fucking make it. I wish they could bring their own like attire rules to it. So you have
Yeah.
half of the guys in shorts,
Yeah.
half of them in
Then
tight
you can
and
go
skinny
like,
jeans.
hey, look how fun this is, you fucking idiots.
I'm about to hit. Can you turn the music back on?
Yeah.
Yeah, they should like just have wads of cash that are falling out of their bag
Out of
on the
their-
way down
their
the
cargo
Out of
fairway.
their cargoes, yeah.
Yeah, their cargo shorts.
I'm like, whoops. Oh well. I don't even care.
If
You can have
you're
that.
a live guy, you got to be required to carry what you made that week in your cargo shorts.
I took 14th place. I only made $7 million.
Yeah.
Sucks.
God. So nice.
I wish they would just stop it all. I wish they'd just figure out a way to get them all back together. It is annoying.
This is going to sound real dumb, but did Ricky go over?
no.
He didn't. He stayed.
Ricky Fowler.
What happened
He
with
made a
Puma?
That was stupid.
What happened with Puma? Did they just end their relationship mutually? Did they fire him? Did they have a 10-year contract and it stopped and he decided not to renew?
If Puma fired him, they're fucking idiots.
Well, they probably
is
didn't do
Puma
that.
still a thing in golf? Like I don't see a whole lot of their stuff anymore.
The shoes.
It's kind of like Nike, maybe. Like maybe they sort of decided this isn't really.
Their shoes are still out there.
But Ricky Fowler also was like a stud, and then all of a sudden he just took a downturn, and then all of a sudden he kind of came
back
back
again,
and ignited
a
it
little bit.
again.
Yeah.
Yeah. Where he'll make a top 10 here and there, but
Which that was like waste management. All the guys that are getting, we already talked about this, but all the guys that are getting pissed off at waste management, don't play in the fucking tournament. You know exactly what that tournament is. you know what's what, and I get, yes, for point standing and everything else, you kind of have to.
Long term.
Zach Johnson.
Yeah, Zach Johnson fucking throws a hissy fit. Ricky Fowler's out there. There's people like trying to silence, and he fucking brings him right back up and has a great shot right after
And he
that.
put that awesome jersey on.
Yeah, why not? Why not play into it?
Did you see what the purse was for the waste management?
No,
The total purse.
3 points. Oh, the total purse.
Yeah, the payout purse.
The winner got 3.6.
So it was less than 9 mil, I believe.
The
less
total?
than total purse. Less
Genesis.
than 9 mil.
Although
Genesis was 20.
20.
And in what was
winner
it in
got-
the past?
Winner got 4. A quarter, not a quarter, but probably 8.
Yeah,
So there's been several, like the AT&T, the Pebble Beach. It was like 20 plus mil or 20 mil right around there. And then Waste Management was like, they were automatically ready for it to be less serious and we're going to pay less. So it's like these pro golfers, unless you're just a total party guy, they're probably not going to go to it next year. Even though it's worth the points for the cup, it's
Right.
still like, do I really want to?
Yeah.
And it just seemed, I had a buddy there. You guys had buddies there. It seems like it's turned into more of a, I'm going to crush as many beers as possible, and I don't really care that golf's going on. And the golfers are going to figure that out too. Like they may not want to be there.
they should just do like points aren't included in this tournament, and the golfers can drink as much as they want.
They should give John
then see
Daly
who
an
shows
exemption for the waste management.
They should.
should.
That'd be fucking badass.
Bring him back. And the only thing he does is he shows up on 16T.
Yeah,
How
One
about
hole.
how about give Waste Management to live?
yeah.
Call.
Ooh, that'd be.
Hey, when you
That'd
say
be good.
when you say 9 mil, is that millimeters?
9 millimeters.
Gosh, that's pretty small.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It was a tiny payout.
It was.
It was tiny.
Yeah, why would they make that one? Which is funny, and that's kind of the reason the whole thing happened, is because everybody started looking at the PGA like, oh, look how much money they're making. The Waste Management tournament has to be one of the biggest money makers of the year. And then their payout goes down. What? Why? Quit fucking the golfers over like that.
Yeah.
It's the people's tournament.
Yeah.
Except those people didn't get beer on Saturday between the hours of
And half of them
2
didn't
and
get
6
in
or
because they
something.
didn't check fucking
Oh
tickets.
God,
Jesus. You know how mad those people have to be.
how many lawsuits?
Oh, it is. Because if it was me, you're paying
Yeah.
for my flight, you're paying for my room and board,
Lost
you're
wages.
paying for everything.
Lost wages.
Yeah, that too. So $18.
You're paying me back that 18.
Yeah. But Jesus, yeah, that had to have been a total clusterfuck.
It's interesting.
Are you playing in the member guest this year, Dan?
I probably should because I never have. I would like to, but I always see how you guys look after you complete that tournament, and I think I'd like to live past 50. So I may not.
I did it.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah.
Yeah, you did.
Don't look at that as your example, or else you won't play ever.
You need to play this year.
I don't know if
Is
my
Ant-
marriage could survive that.
It could.
Yeah.
Hey,
I promise.
Okay.
hey,
I've done it.
is oh the volume's down. I was gonna say Becky,
Yeah.
Is Becky. There you
a member
go.
Yes.
boy. Oh,
Wait, who?
No, he's not.
Who? Oh.
Yeah, no, he's not.
No, he's not. Yeah, that would work.
You
That
guys
would
would
work.
do good in that tournament.
Yeah, I would not do good.
yeah, you would.
I'd be too hammered the whole time. It'd be
you
like
play
it'd be
good?
like men's league every Wednesday.
So we'd win.
That's how you make putts.
Yeah. Yeah, I only played in it once. I didn't play in it last year. I played in the year before.
And you won a shit ton of money.
I know that's the fucking problem. Now
And you didn't win the tournament. You just won a shit ton of money.
I think we got dead last in the tournament, but we won a lot. And so now in my own head, I'm like, I'll never play in that again because there is no way that's going to happen.
How does that work? How do you?
buy
How
the
do you?
teams?
Okay. So if
We had
someone
our
buys your
ticket
team,
drawn.
you get an option to buy a certain amount of your team back. Is that-
25. Is it still? It's 25, right?
Well, here's how it goes.
25 is what they want you to buy back, but you can buy up to 50, right?
Yes. Well, you can buy as much as your
Well, I know,
the
but-
owners will let
yeah.
you, but you're obligated to buy 25% back.
Yeah.
Whoever owns your team, if Josh owns your team, then you pay him 25% minimum. And what you do is, if you think you're going to do well, you say, hey, let us buy 50%, and he can say yes or no.
Which we would say no.
But the tickets are, if your ticket's drawn, let's say his team is going up for auction and it goes for $5,000.
That would never happen.
They'd be stupid if they did.
Yeah.
And your ticket's drawn, then you get half of whatever that team goes for, cash.
So
in
you'd
your
get
pocket.
$2,500 immediately. So when you get your ticket drawn for a team, you want to buy that team because you're only into that 50%.
I see.
And I know 50%.
And this is net and gross.
Yes.
Yes, there's payouts on net and gross.
Okay,
Yeah.
well, so you might want Josh's team.
No.
You might.
Oh, yeah.
On the net side?
Yep.
My partner made it about 35 seconds before tee off when we played in it. I called him like 87 times in a row and he wouldn't get up.
I hate your partner.
I love him.
That's
I
why
love
you
him
do
too.
it.
I'm just kidding.
So we'll bid against each other on his team.
Yeah.
Got it.
But we just had the perfect storm. So we ended up, we got our ticket drawn 2 or 3 times. We bought the winning team for gross, and we ended up buying, because we drew that was a ticket draw, we ended up buying the net team as well.
Winner. Do
The
it
only
again.
way
Which
I
is
might have
stupid.
made money is because we actually won the tournament.
That's a good job.
Which
Didn't
you
win
were
as much
way
money.
less excited than you should have been. I think you were sleeping it off.
I think I took a nap between when we finished the tournament and when we came to get our
They
winnings.
did. I heard from somebody else that John was in the lead, and I called him, no answer. Called him, no answer. Finally called me back, and he's like, I don't even know, man. I've been napping for 3 hours.
3 days.
It's pretty unconscious.
So, yeah. Anyways, thanks, guys, for listening. We should probably wrap her up.
And what is the website that people would go to?
NW Tire Worx with an X.com. NW Tire Worx with an X.com.
That's so
NW
cutting
Tire
edge.
Worx with an
I love-
X.com.
I love X.
I like it.
Yes, you
Yeah,
do.
we know.
Yeah.
NW Tire iPhone 10.com.
Yeah. And so we'll put all his info in the description below. And again, please like and subscribe. We'd appreciate it. We can keep doing these.
That would be awesome.
Thanks, guys.
So in the meantime, looks like we'll see you later. And you know what? You're going to have to come back sometime and we'll talk about something besides tires and bidets.
Yeah. I had a wonderful time. You guys are the best.
Yeah.
This has been fun.
I am.
No,
Dan-
really.
Dan's going to be a regular on here.
This is fun.
Yeah. Well, you know what? I think it's time to go. Thanks, everybody.
Thanks, guys.
And we'll see you later.
Appreciate ya.
Northwest Tire Works
With an X.
.com.
with an X. .au.
No.
CA.
.gov. You know,
Definitely not.
GoDaddy will sell you that .gov one.